Hello, Abhi. Am I audible?
Abhi Jain, yes.
Hello, Abhi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good afternoon,
Oh,
sir.
sir, is
Good
he
afternoon,
visible to you?
Abhi. Oh, all right. Good afternoon, Abhi Jain.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Great. Now, your DAF is not with me, so I request you to let me know something about you.
Sir, my name is Abhi Jain. I come from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. I have done my schooling from Bhopal and my graduation in political science honors from Delhi University. Sir, after that, I have been selected in 2021 attempt. Currently, I am in the Indian Postal Services. I am posted as divisional head in Prayagraj. I was also the Meladhikari for Mahakumbh 2025 for my department.
Okay.
And sir, my hobbies are pursuing blogging, culinary tourism, and exploring foreign cinema, sir.
Exploring foreign
Cinema, sir.
cinema, foreign cinema. Great. Korean cinema also?
Sir, I have watched some of the movies from Korean country.
Great. Great. You worked in some of the movies, Korean origin, is it?
Sir, I have watched some of the movies, yes.
Watch some of them. All right, now you are from Bhopal. Bhopal
Sir,
is a beautiful place and it is called the City of Lakes also.
sir.
Am I right? Why
Yes,
is
sir.
it called City of Lakes?
Sir, it is called City of Lakes for the very famous the Bhoj wetland,
Hmm.
which is supposed to be a man-made lake built by Raja Bhoj in 11th century AD. Currently, it's a Ramsar site, sir. It has two lakes under it, the upper lake and the lower lake. Apart from these, there are some small other lakes also, like the Shahapura Lake, the Manet Lake, and so on, sir.
All right, there's a Barkatullah University there in Bhopal.
Yes,
Who
sir.
was that great man, Barkatullah, after whom this name of the university is kept?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware
You
about that.
not heard of Barkatullah University? You know that it is there?
Yes, sir. It's on the Hoshangabad Road, but
Hmm.
then I'm not familiar with the history of the name Barkatullah,
No,
sir.
even Mahatma Gandhi, that medical college, Bhopal, is also part of the Barkatullah University.
All right.
Many institutions in Bhopal are part of that university. All right,
Right.
I've been posted there, so I know that place reasonably well.
Sir. Sir.
Now, coming to something different. What is happening in Indian skies? A lot of things are happening in Indian skies. Yesterday it was Mittal, today it is Mukesh and Musk, all these people. How is it going to change our communication in India?
Sir, when it comes to Indian skies, I believe the reference is to the telecom sector
Yeah.
developments which has happened.
Yes.
It relates particularly to what Mr. Mukesh Ambani and the Airtel company has announced in its partnership with the Elon Musk Starlink program, which is
Mhm.
about providing satellite-based internet services, sir. I believe it's a revolutionary technology, as in it would change the way internet is traveled from place to place. Rather than developing a lot of telecom infrastructure, we can basically provide internet services all across India, especially in rural area where the penetration is very low, the hill area. And sir, this way we can cover whole of India under the internet services. This is also, it has very low latency. It's also technologically very fast. And then it has a wider ambit under it also. So, sir, I believe these are the developments.
But I believe it is very expensive. Even in United States, the cost is prohibitive per month, what they have to pay. Will Indian user be able to pay that kind of cost?
Sir, it depends completely on the appetite of the private companies. Firstly, sir, Starlink will have to get a confirmation from the Indian government whether it can do that or not. Secondly, once the permission is given, the cost sharing will be by the private companies, and I believe they are going right now on a trial basis. And in short term, it's an expensive thing, but I believe with in long term, it might become comparatively cheaper, sir.
So Mukesh having come in is a good thing because there will be competition between the Mittal and Ambani's, and that may bring down the cost also. Do you think it is a good thing?
Yes, sir. It will certainly lead to certain competitiveness in telecom sector. This is the goal and ambit of the Indian government also to not let the telecom sector being monopolized by one or two entity. So, sir, it'll actually roll out in few years. We'll have to see whether the cost is actually decreasing or not, sir.
All right. And must that project Tesla in India. What is the latest about it?
Sir, I think the reference is being made to the latest showroom, which is going to be launched in Mumbai. The Tesla.
And Delhi also, or only Mumbai?
Sir, I am aware only about Delhi, only about Mumbai right now. It is going to be open somewhere near the airport, and now the Tesla cars would be directly sold here in from Mumbai city, sir. So that is the development.
Why did the President Trump had to say that I will purchase a new one, brand new Tesla? What was the need of his doing that?
Sir, I think it has to do with his support or rather trust in Elon Musk. Currently, Elon Musk has a lot of say in the US government with the launch of Dodge and so on. And it also is a reassurance and an affirmation of trust in Elon Musk. And so this is all being done under the recent happening, which is troubling US and the world, that is the stock market downfall. So, and Tesla has suffered a lot also. I think somewhere around $400 billion have already been lost in past month. So it has to do with that, sir.
All right, Abhi, tell me now. This Dodge was criticized initially a lot, but number of states in US are now copying that. They want to adopt that, the Dodge concept. Well, what is the concept? Why is it so? Nothing very special about it, but why is it that it is being accepted by other states in United States?
Sir, Department of Government Efficiency, the DOGE, is right now functioning with the mandate to bring in efficiency in all over US government services. It is about reducing manpower. It is about rationalizing of manpower so that the efficiency is in sync with the demand of the work and so on. So, sir, initially there was a lot of protest against this because jobs were being lost. It was being considered as a corporate incursion in the sovereign way the government functions. But I think the benefits are also there. For instance, it will reduce a lot of federal cost which is involved in managing these. Secondly, it will have wider repercussions in terms of the insurance which the government has to give to the government employees and so on. So I think in line with efficiency, the US state government are also willing to try on this idea, sir.
Do we have something similar in India too? Anything which is almost like that? The government of India is also following something. What is that? Are you aware of any of such schemes in India? Similar, not exactly the same, but something which wants to bring about the efficiency and functioning.
Sir, I can think of few departments like the Deepam department in Ministry of Finance, which is solely targeted toward the public sector enterprises under its disinvestment policy and so on. Sir, Department of the in MOSPI, there's a department which deals with it. The Administrative Reforms Department, which is there, DAPRG. So, sir,
Mhm.
these are the departments which come close to Dodge, sir.
Okay. Now, what is happening in Sambhal? We have, India has a great tradition of, communal harmony, but there is a special, kind of arrangements are being made because Holi falls on 14th, and I suppose these are the Ramadan days. So because of that, there is a lot of tension. Why this kind of tension? I mean, what apart from taking the administrative actions and the police action, what are the other ways and means you think if you were the district magistrate? How would you go about handling this situation?
Sir, I am only a little bit aware about what is happening in Sambal. I read that recently there were calls to basically divide the time period for celebration of Holi. And there was a call that the Muslim community should also come out of their home after 3 p.m.
Mhm.
Sir, this has to do, I think, with the tensions there exist between the community, and the call has been given so that Hindus are also able to celebrate Holi in a specific time, and the Muslims are also able to celebrate that. As a DM, sir, I would think of basically involving both the communities, the leaders of both the communities, to cooperate and making them aware about each other tradition. So it will also be about um, asking them to cooperate, because India is a diverse country and we have a rich tradition where we have coexisted for so long. So this will involve talking to the leaders, talking to the communities, explaining to them about the importance of each of the festival. Also, at the same time, taking security measures like deployment of forces and so on, so that if or so any mistoward event is to happen, this could be controlled and so on. So I can think of these things.
All right. Now, recently, the Air Chief Marshal of Indian IAF has expressed certain concerns about the battle readiness of Indian Air Force. What are those concerns, and what do you think is being done to take care of those concerns? Because we are expecting a two-front war. We have to be ready for two-front war. In that situation, how do you think is Indian Air Force prepared to take on the two enemies?
Sir, based on my little knowledge, the recent concerns have been raised regarding for instance, there's a sanction of somewhere around 32 to 35 squadrons, but we are currently at 22 squadrons or something. Then secondly, our preparedness in terms of availability of the fifth generation
How
warfare.
many aircrafts in a squadron? Any idea?
Sir, somewhere between 20 to 30. I'm not sure about the number, sir. I can just only guess, or maybe less, sir, but it is limited to,
Should be 24, but we now work on 18 per
sir.
squadron. All
Sir.
right.
So, secondly, concerns have been raised about the absence of the fifth generation aircraft which we need. China is already moving towards sixth generation. US is also developing sixth generation, and India still lags on the fifth generation. The currently in-house domestic fifth generation aircraft which is being built by DRDO is also under progress. It has not been rolled out. And then we have had a deal with the Russians, but then due to technology transfer and financial issues, we have not been able to purchase that. And if we are dependent on purchasing it from US, then it's going to cost us a lot. And this gives us a disadvantage when it comes to military preparedness against China and Pakistan. So, sir, these are the issues which I believe are being faced by the Air Force. And
But Mr. Trump has offered F-35, which Musk once upon a time called it, it is useless. And still, it is being considered in India. What do you think about that?
Sir, F-35 is a fifth generation warfare, and the world is moving towards sixth generation. Thus, the call that it might be useless and not very much relevant in terms of technology contemporariness. And the major concern, I believe, for India is it's a very expensive aircraft, sir, and it is going to cost us a lot. And then the transfer of the aircraft into India will also take some time. So, in my limited knowledge, sir, the way forward for Indian Air Force has to be about domestic capacity increasing the domestic capacity, sir. And until and unless it is done, and until and unless we are able to sustain our air force by the aircraft we are building in-house, we will always be dependent on foreign countries for these, sir. So,
What do you think, Abhi, the percentage of GDP and R&D India spends vis-a-vis, say, China? We should be talking about China. So China spends how much? What percentage of GDP and R&D, and how much does India spend? And what is the problem? I mean, our basic research and applied research, there are a lot of problems. Why can't we increase the expenditure on R&D?
sir, based on my understanding, India spends somewhere around 0.7% of its GDP, whereas China, I'm not exactly sure, but it's more than 3% of its
Yes,
GDP.
yes, it's certainly more than three. Most
Sir,
of the countries, the US, of course, spend bit more, but India spends only 0.69 or something
sir,
of the GDP.
sir.
Why can't we increase when we have to be Atmanirbhar Bharat? We have to be self-dependent, isn't it? In armed forces. See, you cannot be only economically strong. You have to be militarily also strong if you are to achieve your developed nation target. So
Sir.
why are we not able to spend more? We are 10, 15 years behind China, our major adversary, as far as the weapon systems and everything is concerned. So what is the problem? Why it is holding us back? What is holding us back?
Sir, I can look at this issue from two, three angles. First is Indian government commitment towards focusing on the fulfillment of the welfare state idea. So the government naturally focuses more on certain important sectors like health, education, and it is trying to increase allocation towards that. Secondly, sir, I believe the lack of private sector in the R&D segment.
Okay.
Whatever we are spending of GDP is not solely done by the government in India, the central government, but also the private sector. So somewhere a wholesome environment for private sector participation, increasing R&D expenditure is certainly lagging, sir, I would say. This is another reason why I believe R&D is less in India.
All right. My last question, which I wish to know, is that the farmers are, warpath kind of thing. They're even today they are busy and sitting on various kind of borders. Ultimately, the idea is to increase the income of the farmer,
Uh,
isn't it? Uh, Farm tax, you know, if we have startups in that, then we can increase the income of the farmer, and farmer will forget about the MSP, etc., as long as he is interested only in more money in his hand
uh,
after the cost of input has gone up, all that. What do you think are the ways and means of increasing the farmer's income?
Sir, actually, there are multiple ways we need to think upon this. First, as rightly mentioned, the incursion of technology into this sector will streamline the sector, sir. This will,
Okay,
for instance, we can directly increase efficiency in terms of productivity by using technology, be it the uh, aerial spreading of crops via drones, be it
right.
using soil sensors and so on, so that we have the right knowledge of the soil and the crop which should be grown in the soil. This is there, sir. Secondly, I think for increasing income, price discovery, the real price discovery has to be there in the market. For that, I still believe that the farm laws which were introduced, which talked about increasing private sector participation in the agriculture, is important, sir. The contract farming has to have a boost in this country so that there's a direct linkage between the private sector and the farmers, so that there is true price realization for the farmers, and this will lead to the price discovery of their crops, sir. So this is there. Third is implementation of one nation, one market, which will actually give farmers an incentive to sell their crops all across India and have a good price discovery. If a farmer in Bihar is actually selling rice or dhan, as we call it, below the MSP price and below the average market price in other states, then we are to blame the current agriculture setup, sir. So that requires fundamental changes, I think. And this, along with certain other things like giving DBT and streamlining subsidies. So these all things will have to go in hand into hand in order to increase the income, sir.
All right, Abhi, thank you. Thank you. Now we will your formal kind of interview is over. Now I'll come to the feedback.
Sir,
Now, look, I haven't had time to ask you about your hobbies and various other things related with that. That is a now first thing which I'm sure by now you are very clear that whatever is mentioned in the DAF
sir,
is sacrosanct and anything there may become a question,
sir,
which you are very clear about it already, isn't it? Now, you have a very good personality, pleasant personality, your articulation is very good. You are able to. Only thing I realized that you have a tendency to say more than what is required.
sir.
You go on with a look at in 30 minutes, there are just sorry, there was a phone call, so I had to
No issue.
switch it off. Now, in those 35 minutes, uh, if you speak for more time, the question will be lesser. You will be asked lesser questions. So you will have lesser time and lesser opportunity to prove yourself.
Sir,
Right? So speak only that, but not more than, 30, 40 second maximum. Isn't it?
sir, I'm trying to gradually improve upon it. I started with
That
even
is,
longer.
has somebody told you this
Yes, sir.
already?
I started with even longer sentences. I am focusing deliberately to speak less and
What
precise.
happens is when you know something,
Sir,
because your knowledge level is good,
Sir.
You have good knowledge base. So when you have that, you tend to say many things which you know,
Sir.
and you forget that what is required is the limited time.
Sir.
Isn't it? In that time only all the questions have to be answered. So
Got it.
be careful. Don't go beyond, this limited that time. Keep that in
Understood, sir.
mind.
Sir.
And I also noticed that when I asked the question, and when you wanted to think about that question, that 1, 2 seconds, with 3 seconds, you started looking down.
Sir.
You see, you can't be doing that. I mean, this speaks of your tendency that as if you're not sure or something. Don't look down. Look into the eyes of the person who has asked the question. And as a matter of fact, when the question is being asked by the board member or the presiding officer or whosoever, at that is the time, those few seconds which are spent in asking the question, that is the time that when you should have framed the answer already.
Sir.
That this is because you anticipate this is coming and you prepare yourself according to that.
Got it,
Okay.
sir. Got it.
You have that good anticipation. I could make out, you could guess what is coming and you are prepared for that. Your knowledge base is quite good,
Sir.
but your hobbies be prepared for that. And
Sir.
the latest. Now, when is your interview?
8th of April, sir.
Oh, you have time yet. I thought it is in a couple of days.
Sir.
But I suppose these next, say, 15, 20 days,
Sir.
what you need to work is you are good already, but you must become better.
Sir.
You see, so that you are sure and you have that attitude that you are going there full throttle that I am going to make it.
Sir.
I mean, there is no ifs and buts, and some kind of passion and enthusiasm, which I could see. You have that passion, you have that enthusiasm in you that
Sir.
you want to crack it, you will crack it, that kind of feeling. So
Sir.
that is very important. And the day of interview, you must read the newspaper or
Sir.
watch the TV news latest. It is in the morning or afternoon, the interview?
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon.
Afternoon. So a lot would have happened during that time also when you are going in the afternoon for the interview. During
Sir.
that time also number of things were. And I would suggest that Supreme Court judgments,
Sir.
keep a track of all those Supreme Court judgments. And Madhya Pradesh, you must look at the official website of Government of Madhya Pradesh
Sir.
to see various kind of indices of economic indices and various other kinds of things. A lot of things are happening in Madhya Pradesh too, isn't it?
Sir.
Whether it is Orcha or Shepuri or this or that, there's so much. And incidentally, what is the product of your district? There, one product, one district.
Sir, from Bhopal, it is Zari Zardozi. It's a silk cloth, sir, embroidered by golden
Okay, okay,
lines.
okay, okay. Okay, that is the one. All right. I think you are a very good candidate, and
Sir.
Abhi, you have a great chance of making it. Only thing is, don't let this opportunity slip away.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And whatever time you have, you remember that these few days are going to change your life for the entire
Understood, sir.
life. So that is how important it is.
Yes,
Give
sir.
that importance, and I'm certain that you are going to make it. All the
Thank you.
best and good
Thank you,
luck
sir.
to you.
Sir. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.